Howdy folks, this is Richard Clifford and I'm here with Andrew Hume, and today we are going to be demonstrating Space Pirates and Zombies 2 for the first time ever publicly, so let's get underway. Today I'm going to be playing a sandbox campaign. It is highly recommended that new players play a story campaign first, as the sandbox kind of assumes that you've played the game and learned all the tutorials, and a lot of these settings here will not make sense to you unless you've played the game at least one time. I think I can handle expert mode since we did make the game after all.
It should be noted that currently we use computer-synthesized voices for the main cast.
We plan to replace them with real voice work at some point in the near future.
If you don't like these voices, you can disable them now or at any time in the sound options menu.
Thanks for the memo.
Scanning area.
Alright, welcome to the star map everybody. So you can see our ship representation in the middle of the screen there, and I'm going to quickly just run over the interface here. So if we look in the top left, we have res, which is basically our fuel in the game. So as I move through the star map, I'll be consuming this. I have goons, which are going to maintain and repair my ship systems. And then we have scrap, which is a basic low-level single-point currency. And we got our cores here, so we have 3 out of 3, and that determines how large our starship is and can be. So right now we're really small, but as we level up, we'll have an opportunity to expand this later. This bar here represents how long it's going to take for the zombies to arrive. So we've got half an hour of star map time before they arrive. This works a little bit differently in the story campaign, but yeah, I basically have 30 minutes before they're going to manifest themselves and there's going to be some trouble. Underneath here I have my level up bar, so I need to gain some experience in order to get out of this level of suck I've got going on here. And let's take a look at our ship here. So you can see that little number in the middle of our ship that represents our threat level. Our threat level is calculated by a combination of the ship's layout, our tech level, how much damage we have, the types of parts we have, etc., etc. So this number might fluctuate quite a bit as we come in and out of battles, trade parts, acquire new tech, that kind of thing. So it gives you a good representation against other ships. So I can see other captains here, and they have threat levels. So there's a threat of 27. I really want to stay away from that guy. In fact, all of these guys are a little bit stronger than me, and I'm probably just going to stay away from them altogether. There are a number of resource nodes on the area here. So I've got wreckage nodes. These are left behind after battles, and I can go in there and scoop some of this stuff and get some resources so I can buy some better parts. There's also a lore node here, which has some resources, but it will also uncover some of our backstory. Let's just take a quick look at what that looks like.
Once Earth's neon green oceans burned brighter than the visible sun, humanity
Okay, spoiler alert, we're not going to take too much of a look at that. But yeah, there's a lot of lore that you can collect, uncovers backstory, gives you stuff. You can see I got a little bit of experience for collecting that, so I definitely want to do that. I'm going to go pick up some of this scavenge here.
pillaging successful.
Okay, so there's still some left behind. It takes multiple times sometimes to pull out large amounts of resources out of these nodes. And again.
Cargo acquired.
Now you'll probably notice that nothing happens in the game if I'm not moving. So as soon as I move, you'll see this other guy moving. As soon as I stop, he stops. So all the passage of time is relative to you. So time only moves when you're moving. And when I'm collecting resources, time moves at an accelerated rate. And all the resource collection is done on the map. So we don't make you grind asteroids for half an hour anymore. We just do it quickly on the star map, accelerate time, get it done. It saves you a lot of time and makes the game a little less grindy than it was in the past. So we've explored a new area here, some new resource nodes, and if we take a look at the map overall, there's quite a few areas to explore here. And let's just keep expanding our awareness.
Signal detected.
Okay, so we've entered a blue area. This will be the science faction. And you can see that they have a threat level 32 starbase here, so I'm definitely not going to mess with that right now. And let's just check out another province over here and see what we see. Alright, so another blue province. You can see trade lines that are connecting these provinces together. Those allow them to share technology. So if you look at these icons, you can see two little icons on either side. Those tell you what these star bases specialize in, and as long as they have connected trade lanes like that, Those technologies will be shared between starbases. Oh, it looks like one of the factions has declared peace with another one. That happens completely emergently. So they've done something to appease each other. Looks like there's a lot of fighting going on down there. But everybody's really powerful, so I'm going to stay away from that for the time being and keep on exploring.
Awareness expanded.
Okay, yep. More fighting. I kind of want to get on the border of another territory here, so I'm just going to keep checking things out.
Signal detected.
Okay, so it looks like I can pretty sure we have a green faction up here because it looks like they're invading them here. So let's go check that out.
Awareness expanded.
And yep, that was right. So what's happening here is this green province is invading this blue province here. You can see the raid here. And I think I might just help these blue guys out and eliminate this raid. So I should be able to win this battle. I only have to fight 3 strike craft. It should be something I should be able to handle in my pathetic state right now. So let's do this. Alright, so I can see my opponents over there. I just have 3 small ships to deal with, and they're coming at me pretty hard here. I'm going to switch over to battle wagon mode, which will allow my turrets to fire independently at multiple targets. It's very good for dealing with these small ships. Okay, they're really kind of getting behind me here, trying to box me in. I can override battle wagon mode at any time by simply holding the fire key. But I'm kind of a lazy gamer, so I'm just going to let the turrets do their work, and I'm just going to work on my spatial relationships with these other ships. Okay. Alright, so we got one of those strike craft down. Let's go get this other guy. Boost my shields to keep those missiles from getting in. Alright, so I'm reloading there. You can see I'm popping my core out. It takes some time for me to recharge a new core, so I got to be careful here. And I want to take advantage of my enemies when they have to reload their core. Okay, so he's almost done. Okay, I've lost my shields there, so that's bad news, but I only have one more guy to deal with here, so I should be able to get this guy. I've been hit with a gravity missile there. You can see it clinging to my ship, slowing me down. And we're clear. Nice. And we're done. Just going to quickly run over how the controls work, so you can see I can pretty much have free orbit aiming here. And the controls work camera relative, so if I push right, the ship will just simply turn to the right and start flying right. And then I can use shift to activate the retro boosters to move around. You see that the ship in its small state is quite maneuverable. If you've played a first-person shooter in the last 30 years, you should probably feel pretty comfortable. We also have top-down mode like we had before, so you can see you can zoom out quite a bit here. And all the functions still work the same. You can shoot. And it works pretty well. The controls are pretty intuitive. You shouldn't have any problems getting into the combat. So let's go back to the star map now that we finished that battle. And you can see that I got a good chunk of experience points there, but not enough to level up. So what other options do I have here? So it looks like this blue guy is attacking a bandit down here, but they're really high threat levels, so I still want to avoid that. One thing you can do in this game to level up and gain some experience and loot is to do arena events. So we're going to go take a look at this starbase here. You can see that there's a lot to do at this starbase. We could trade, fight, big red button. Not going to do that. Might as well repair what little damage I had to my ship. Yeah, they have a junkyard. You can loot garbage pieces. But we're going to take a look at these arena events. So what an arena event does is it allows you to basically fight with a rental against another ship, and you can see that you're going to get some scrap, experience, and relations with this starbase for doing it. They're completely risk-free. So like I said, it's a rental. You can smash the ship. You can eat watermelon in the back seat and spit the seeds everywhere. No one's going to care. These are a great place to come if you've just started playing the game and you just want to learn the combat mechanics and cut your teeth on some killing. So we are going to use a goblin ship here and take a look at what this event is all about.
Atomizer mode activated.
So these ships are a lot larger than what you start with. This would be probably a mid to late game size ship. And we are going to see how this goes here. Okay, so he's laying into me pretty hard here. See if we can get those. I'm using ion lasers to try to sap his shields. His shields are down already, so I think I might see if I could swing this around and get a nice ramming blow on in there. And there we go. Let's try to get a good ram going. Keep your shields up. Oh, see, I'm not very maneuverable, so it's really hard to get him. Come on, so you can see my minigun shooting his missiles down there.
Go get yourself a coffee. I got this.
Okay, so my shields are down, so ramming is probably going to do some damage to me too. But hey, it's a rental. Okay, so we're pushing him a bit. I'm going to try to take his engines off here in the back so he can't go home. Nobody goes home. You see he's got a little fighter craft there that my point defense was shooting down. Take those engines off, come on. Okay, so he's done. Boom! And that's Arena Level 1 completed. So I got to level up for that.
That has not yet been allocated. Consider not allocating it, and instead allocate it.
So it looks like I got a free perk, because this is level 1, and I've graduated from using garbage pieces to small pieces. We have medium and large pieces later on, which have really exotic weapons on them, but for now, I only have access to these small pieces. And every time you level up, you'll also get an option of 1 of 3 generated perks. So you might not get exactly this. You know, science is a mystery, so you never know exactly what you're going to get out of these. I think I'm going to go with 25% health. Boom. Okay, so that'll help me survive. I think I'm going to jump in on this fight here. So I can see this level 36 guy fighting bandits, which is a threat level 6, so that's a pretty one-sided fight. And I think I'm just going to jump in and help him. Oh, it looks like there's been a war declaration here. Okay, I'm just going to ignore that for the time being. But yeah, I'm going to help Dr. Toxico fight a bandit and see how that goes.
Atomizer mode activated.
Alright, so I see the red guy on the left, so that'll be the bandit. And then my ally over here, which I'm going to try to help. I'm just going to explain the chevrons here. So if you look at the icons above his ship, so the top wedge is his power, and then this little slice in the middle will be his shields, and then we have his health there. Wow, that bandit got his ass kicked. That was amazing. And we're done. Like I said, yeah, I know. That was pretty one-sided. So let's go back to the star map. So you can see here, I've actually gotten some loot here, so I can see all of my equipment and resources on the left, and on the right is all the stuff that I acquired. So it's not much, but it's something. And you can see that a couple people saw me do that, and they like me for it. So those two people will probably be more inclined to trade with me in the future, help me with my fights, or join my faction in the future. So, and all of the 200 captains in the game have their own persistent relationships. So instead of having missions to increase your faction relationship, there's actually a censorship system where people observe you doing good things or bad things and form opinions of you, and every one of the 200 captains has opinions of all the other 200 captains in the game. So a very, very open and emergent system instead of a scripted one. We don't have any scripted missions in this game at all. I think we'll do another arena event though, because that was fun. Killing stuff is fun, so let's do a level 2 arena event. See how that goes.
Atomizer mode activated.
Alright, let those missiles go. Do your work, my pretties. Now let's ram that. Boom. Okay, so his shields are up. That didn't do a hell of a lot. Well, now his shields are down, though. The ship doesn't have very many wing components, so it's a little hard to turn. Got lots of engines, so I'm strong. Those wings are good for maneuverability, and you can tell that I don't have maneuverability with this kind of a ship. I can just line it up. Ramming speed. Get those shields down. Come on. Yeah! Well, that was awesome. running out of power. Gotta reload, so I gotta kind of take off here. Keep myself safe while my capacitor recharges.
Shields offline.
Okay, so this fight's still a little tricky here. I just tried throwing some stuff at him with a tractor beam. Boom! Come on! There again. Whack! Oh!
Shields offline.
As you can see, we still have top-down mode. If you so choose to play like the classic way. And he's done.
Shields offline.
And we win. And we got a good chunk of experience points. Somebody saw us doing that. They like that. Looks like there's a lot of combat going on around here. I think I'm just going to get out of here for the time being. And I'm going to go explore and see what else I can find.
Map updated.
Alright, so I've skipped ahead here. You can see that I am now a tech level 5, threat level 11, and I've explored a little bit more of the galaxy here. I've been just doing some arena events, killing some bandits, fighting off some raids, and generally just getting some more loot and leveling up. We're going to take a look at the ship assembly here, and I'm going to expand my mothership. So you can see that I've got some other parts here laying around. Those are considered part of your inventory, so they will slow your ship down. Unless you sell them off. So we do have basic inventory encumbrance in this game. And you can also see that I've got a part up here that's flashing with a 2 in it, so that means it is a level 2 specialty part. And you can see in the data on the right side there that some of their stats are pointed out as being teal, so that means those stats are being boosted because that part is special. So every part that you pick up in this game is kind of like a piece of procedurally generated loot that you'd expect to find in an RPG. So you never quite get the same part twice. You can see also I've got a couple wings here that are special components. So I'm going to pop these crappy ones off and put these cool ones on. Get in there. I'm not very clean. And I like that nose piece too, so this is a piece of garbage. Get out of here. Let's put that nose piece on. Might as well replace this wing component. And this engine is a piece of garbage too, so let's get rid of that. And put this on. Alright. Not bad. A little better than it was. Not bad. And you can see my threat level went up by 1 point, so we should be a little bit more capable now. I'm going to go and take a look at what this starbase has to trade, because it looked like I could have actually made my ship even bigger, so might as well repair my ship for 1 piece of scrap, because they like me. It's pretty cheap. So again, all my stuff is on the left, all their stuff is on the right. I need a subcore to expand the frame size of my ship, and I think right, I have a left wing there that could stand to be better. So let's pick up that. And I'm going to sell my crappy left wing that's equipped. And you'll notice that it'll automatically swap that piece into place as long as you're trading parts of a similar size. It saves you from having to go into the assembly screen each and every time. But if you want to do some fine tuning and actually like change the overall shape of your ship, you've got to go into your inventory screen to do it. So I'm going to fit 1 more core on there. Ship can be a little longer. And I'll just quickly go over. So these core pieces will lay out the frame of your ship. Wings add maneuverability. Nose pieces add shield strength. And engines obviously make you go faster. Once you've laid out your frame, you want to put as many of these peripheral pieces on as possible. Put a piece of garbage on there because it's better than nothing. And yeah, okay, so we're expanding our size a little bit and we're getting there. And now I've gone to a threat level 14, and it looks like this threat level 17 guy doesn't like me. He's hostile. He's going to try to attack me. What's his problem? Like, seriously. So he's hostile. He doesn't like me. I'm going to take a look at his captain info here. So this screen shows you all kinds of information about this guy. I can see all this information about him, as well as his traits. So he's bloodthirsty, so that might be why he's attacking me. He's also dishonorable, so he's probably trying to take my stuff. I can see what he has. I can also see all the things that he's seen in his life, as well as all the things he's ever done. So I can see he's been doing a lot of bandit killing here, leveling up. But he does seem like he's kind of a jerk. You can see his faction relations, his captain relations with other people he's formed an alliance with. Yeah, so he's gonna try to steal from me. I'm pretty sure of it, but I don't know. I'm only a threat level 14, but let's just see what happens here. I'm gonna fight him. So I could surrender some cargo here and he'll leave me alone, but to hell with it. I'm fighting him. I'm gonna have to be careful with this one and see how this goes. So you see I have some strike craft now, and we have a command and control system to order them around, so I'm gonna make them attack right away, and I'm gonna just try to take these strike craft out first, because they're a pain in the ass. See, I got shotguns there, scatter shot. Might as well use this power up to recharge my capacitor, get some power. Saves me from having to reload. Alright, so it looks like his strike craft are done, unless he's got reinforcements, which looks like he does not. So I'm gonna start. Oh, he does have some reinforcements. I gotta get those shields down. Once those shields are down, I'm gonna try to ram him. Okay, here we go. Ramming speed. Come on, take his engine off. Okay, didn't quite make very much impact. I need to get some bigger engines to make that a more viable option. Just didn't have enough speed. But I might try to take his nose off here. Okay, so I gotta reload, so I gotta get out of here. Shields are going down. Alright, so I want to take his nose off and rob him of his shield power. Oh, this is getting hairy. Okay, so he's reloading. I can take advantage of him here. Oh, see, I'm running out of power too. I keep bumping into the asteroid. I'm tempted to just get out of here and let my shields recharge, but I kind of don't want him to recharge his shields. I might start losing parts here soon as my armor gets tapped. I need to take some cover. I'm getting damaged too much here. Bloody strikecraft. Died. Stay dead. Get behind this asteroid here. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, I am falling apart. I don't think I'm going to win this one, folks. But perhaps today is a good day to die. Come on. Oh. Oh, we're both reloading. Can't recharge my shields while I'm reloading either. I've taken a lot of damage here. Try throwing some rocks at him with my tractor beam. Oh, that didn't work out. So I'm dying. I'm dead. And that's it for me. So you have some options here when you die. A sane person will reload their save game. But if you want to continue playing, you can return to a starbase with an escape pod, losing pretty much everything you've earned except for your basic experience points. This is the brutal way to play. This is how all the other captains play. But I am totally going to reload my save game and do something else. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get the hell out of here. Okay, so I reloaded my save game. That was not a good fight to get into, so we're not going to get into it again. I've been spending some time helping other people with their fights. I've been helping out the orange guys here, the miners conglomerate. My threat level is now 25, so if we take a look at my ship, I'm quite a bit more beefy and capable now. Got some new cool weapons. But I still feel a little weak, and I think it's time I start making some friends, and I'd like to ally myself with these orange guys here. So let's take a look at the faction info screen here. And we'll move over to the miners conglomerate, and if I take a look at their leader here, I don't quite have enough relations to join their faction yet, but I am really, really close. There's a few different ways I could handle this. If I look at their faction screen here, you can see all their relationships. There's some people in this faction that don't really like me, and the overall faction relationship takes an average, so I'm getting dragged down by some of these jerks that just don't like the look of my face. But I think I'm just going to go bribe the leader and see how that goes. I got enough money. I should be able to do this. Let's catch this guy so we can grease the wheels a bit here. So I'm simply going to offer a tribute. I'm going to give him some of my goons, but not all of them. Got to just keep enough goons on board to keep my ship running. And maybe some res here. Not that much. And I'll give him that. See how that works. Okay, so his relationship's gone up quite a bit. And he liked that. Everybody likes getting stuff. And it looks like I can join their faction now. Alright, so I am officially part of the Miners Conglomerate now. So you can see that my ship has changed color. I'll now be listed in their faction viewer here. And all of their problems are now my problems, and all of my problems are now their problems. So anybody that they would be at war with or allies with are now at war with me, or allies with me. So the first thing you want to do as a faction member is probably build your very own starbase. All these other starbases are owned by other captains, but I think I'm going to go see if I can buy up this one right here and start being a homeowner. So if you look at these buttons here, you can see that I can actually build starbases for other factions if I wanted to. This worked kind of like giving them a gift. If I were to build a science faction starbase, the science faction would probably like me a lot for doing that. So in addition to being part of a faction, we can also be allies with other factions or at war with other factions. And you might want to do something nice for them depending on your relationships with them. You'll also notice that each faction also has a skill. So the science specializes in power, civilians hull, shields, armor, engines, and this is in addition to the specialties that are on top of each starbase. So when you're looking around to start a faction or join a faction or buying parts from a faction, there's quite a bit to think about here. Lots of things to take into account when you're trying to min-max your ship and get exactly what you want out of these pieces. So I'm just going to build a starbase of the faction type that I'm in. Takes a little bit of time. Blam! And that is my very own starbase. You can tell by the little icon above here. And my personal starbase has a few little perks. I get a stash where I can put all my stuff, so it doesn't weigh me down. I can upgrade the base. You can see the base getting larger there in the scan view here as I spend money on expanding it. I also get really, really good deals from the trade here, so trading with my own starbase is quite lucrative. My starbase will automatically send out transports to all the resource locations here, and it will harvest them and bring them back, and I can return here often and collect a stockpile, which is quite lucrative for making money. I don't get a lot of money, but I mean, if I waited longer, I would get quite a bit of money. So it's definitely lucrative to come back to your starbases once in a while and collect that juicy stockpile that's been accumulating there over time. So now that I have a starbase of my own and I am part of a faction, I should probably start doing something to help these guys out. So it looks like over here there's a bandit base. That's not good for business, so these guys are just going to endlessly puke out bandits that are going to be sapping these resource nodes, making it very, very difficult for our faction to hold on to their resources. They're very annoying. So I think I'm going to go over there and see what happens if I fight one of these things.
Battle mode activated.
Alright, so you can see my ship's quite a bit bigger than it was the last time. We'll see how we go there. So we can see the bandit base way off in the corner there. Probably don't want to engage it directly. I'm going to try to whittle down some of the strike craft first. Now you can see that the base is launching little tiny fighters at me, and you can see that I have point defense miniguns that are taking them down, taking care of them for me. So I'm just going to hang back for a little while and whittle off some of these small guys before I try to tackle that monstrous base over there. Got my strike craft. My strike crafter just getting shoot up here. Okay, I gotta take some cover behind these asteroids over here. Got some missiles. Okay, those miniguns are doing a good job shooting these missiles down. Just try to thread these without hitting them. Okay, so I'm reloading. It's a good time to hide behind an asteroid while you're vulnerable. My engine's taking some damage, don't want to lose it. So you know what, now's a good time to do a little run on the base here, now that I seem to have a good firing position. Shields are almost down. Let's get those shields down. Okay, good. Shields are down. See if I can do some damage here. Throw some garbage at it with a tractor beam, that's always fun. Okay, so I think we're gonna win this one. Okay, shields are down, gotta be careful here. Reload. And we're back up. And the base is done. It's gonna blow up, so I gotta get out of here. Don't want to take any damage from the shockwave. And that's how the West was won. Okay, one more strike craft to deal with here. You don't know how screwed you are, buddy. Die and stay dead. And the area is clear. Alright, so that one will now reset to a bandit level 0 base and give this whole area a nice reprieve where we can actually keep some of the resources we've been harvesting instead of having it getting pillaged by bandits all day. Okay, so I've skipped ahead again a little bit. You can see that my threat is now level 36, my tech level is now 20, and my ship is even more elaborate than it was before. So we're building up a bit of a mothership here, and we're gaining some power. But if I also look at the zombie meter here, I can see that I have only a little bit of time left before they show up. That's making me a little bit nervous. So I think it's time that I ditch these orange dudes, the miners conglomerate. I'm sick of their policies, and start my very own faction of super friends. There's a nice empty area, so I think I'm going to go nestle myself in this corner over here. And we're going to start our very own faction here and build everything up from scratch. So even when I build my own starbase, I can choose to emulate a style of one of the other 5 factions if I want one of these bonuses. And, well, I really like shields, so build a shield starbase here. Blam. So you'll now see that my color has changed to blue, and this is my faction color, this is my capital starbase, and it's mine. I am the faction leader. You can see the crown on the edges of my ship. I now control everything, and you can see that my faction shows up in the faction view here, and of course I'm just a solitary member of this faction, but we're going to change that. I need some people to run this for me. So, but one thing I need is actually, I want to stamp out a bit more territory here, so let's go buy one of these other bases. Let's see what we got here. Build a different kind of a base here. I think I'll build an engines base. Alright, and you can see the trade line that's connected there, so these 2 bases will share their technology. And might as well go and see if I can get another one, since I seem to have a lot of money right now. Oh, we're getting a call. So, Brix Victor would like to join my faction. So, yes, you can join my faction. Now, one thing we like to do here is you probably want to assign some of your star bases to another member. So I'm going to give this starbase to Brix Victor, and he is now going to run this starbase. So you saw that the little house icon disappeared. He now runs and manages this starbase. He's going to defend it for me, and we have capital transports that will come from your primary starbase and tax them and bring them back for you to collect at your stockpile. So you don't want to run all of the starbases yourself, even though it might seem lucrative to be able to harvest money from them. we do have a taxation system that allows that money to flow back to your capital starbase. So you definitely want to spread it out a little bit and have these faction members working for you, so you don't have to defend all this territory yourself. Let's get another starbase built here. Let's get a power one. And I guess I'll keep this one because I don't think Brix Victor can handle 2 starbases. Oh, look at that. We got 2 more members that would like to join us. So, yep, sure. Why not? And him, you know, maybe I'd be inclined to look at their captain info and see what kind of person they are. So, he's very honorable. Sure, I can't see why I wouldn't want this guy on board. Ship looks pretty awesome. So, yeah, sure, come on board. Now, if I look at my faction there, I've got quite a few members. I should probably offload this base to one of my other members, so I don't have to run absolutely everything myself. Very good. So now we've got a little tiny empire kind of stamped out in the corner here. And looks like someone's coming after me. Okay, so it looks like I've acquired a bounty here. The little blue marker on my ship. That means somebody in this universe really doesn't like me. And I can find out who doesn't like me. Mr. Poner doesn't like me. And it looks like he's my nemesis, so I've done something to him in the past that he hates, and oh, he really, really dislikes me, so whatever. Yeah. It looks like there's a bunch of people that are trying to collect that bounty. That's not really good for business. I'm going to... Wow, I'm in trouble. Well, more people on my side might help, so yeah, I'm going to hire up as many people as I can. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead. Yeah, he's really high level. I'm just going to go ahead and engage him and see what happens. And I'm going to hope that one of my other members comes and helps me with this battle, or things won't go over so well for me. Okay, good. I got a member that came and helped me. So, we'll see how this goes. This might be a bad fight. That juicy wing off there, come on. And my ally's losing his shields there, so gotta make some decent progress. Let's see if I can shred these guys here without taking too much damage. Okay, that was some smart thing to do. I gotta get out of here. Okay, this is not looking good. I think I'm going to try to flee this battle. If I can get there without dying. Sorry, buddy. I'm out of here. So they're gonna try to stop me from getting to this warp gate here. You can see my reinforcements warping in, trying to defend me. Come on, let's get there. Here, have a barrel. Come on, come on. Looks like my ally's not gonna make it. He's trying to flee too. But he ain't gonna make it. Everybody just focus on him. You're not getting any help. I don't even think I'm gonna be able to survive this. Okay, my engines are off. That's not good. Let's see if I can grab a hold of that thing and put it back on. Oh, I blew a core piece off. That's not good. Get it on there. Come on. So I'm dead. But it's my own fault. His threat was double mine. I could have paid him off. I could have burned some res to flee. I could have hung out near the warp gate and maybe tried to make a run for it. So definitely my own fault. Carelessness. Okay, so I've jumped ahead again a little bit here. Me and my faction have been stomping across the galaxy here, so we can see I've bitten off quite a little chunk of territory for myself here, and we're growing in strength and size. So if I look at our faction, we got quite a few members now. So I'm developing quite a little army of people. But if we look at the zombie meter here, we are about to have a problem very soon. So we are going to just let that elapse, and we're going to see what happens here.
We have filthy infected targets on radar.
Okay, so that really could have been better. I really didn't want them to appear right next to me. That's going to be a problem. That's bad. So, this is the zombie capital base, and you can see that there's a level 54 zombie that has emerged from it. Now you can see at the top here that this bar has changed into a different value. It shows my current strength versus the zombie's current strength. Now we're almost very even right now because the zombies just started, but they're going to spread very, very quickly and push my value down. And in order to wipe out or cure the infection, this bar needs to be balanced. So I won't be able to attack this primary hive yet until I build up some more strength. So I think we're going to skip ahead a little bit and see how the zombies progress in a little while. Okay, and we're back, and the war has been going poorly. So if you look at my territory, I have lost the majority of my territory to the zombie infection. You can see the zombies have done a very good job of spreading. It looks like the blue guys are in trouble here. You can see that their territories have now been split up, so this segment here will no longer share technologies with this segment because they don't have a solid trade line. It looks like green is in a bit of trouble. Yellow might have a little bit of a hard time hanging on. Orange is doing really fantastic, which makes me feel really bad that I'm at war with them. If I were to ally with them, I might have a chance against these guys, but things are going a little bad for me at the moment. My ship is quite elaborate and powerful, so I think I might try attacking a zombie base and see if I can reclaim some of this lost territory here. So let's try this one here. Hopefully I'll have some faction members that'll come and help me with this fight. No help.
Battle Ivan mode activated.
Alright, so we got some infected asteroids that are gonna cause me some problems over there. And we got the zombie starbase over there. A bunch of strike craft. I'm not very hopeful about this fight, but we'll have to see. I do have some good weapons on this thing. I have a cruel on this thing, so let's fire that thing. Oh, warhead. Oh. Okay, I'm getting infected like crazy down there. If you see my health bar in the lower left, I've been infected quite a bit. You can see the infection on my ship there. That's not good for business. Watch out for those infectors. This is going very poorly. Gotta get my shields back up. These warheads are gonna finish me right there. Yep. And that's that. I recommend you don't play on expert mode your first time going through. And I recommend you take a little bit more time and caution than I took engaging in some of these battles. Okay, so we're back. I decided not to attack that zombie base, and I've been playing for quite a while now, and we are in serious trouble. The zombies have taken almost half of the galaxy over. You can see that I have no more territory anymore. They've taken everything from me. Green is probably on its way to extinction, as is yellow and probably blue. I've been patching things up with orange in an attempt to stop this. If we look at the faction page here and look at the zombies, they have pretty much, oh come on, let's get there. They've pretty much taken over half of the galaxy, so 120 of the 200 captains in the game are now zombies, and they're going to forever be zombies. Everything you loved about them, you will now grow to hate. So they are consuming the galaxy like crazy. I'm trying to defend this orange area here and I've been min-maxing my Strikecraft deployment a little bit to try to get the most out of it. So we have a management screen for the Strikecraft, and you can see that I've got some specialized ones. I'm going to move them up in the queue so that they deploy earlier rather than later. I'm just going to quickly get this other one up there. You kind of have to do this, be a little bit more careful with how things are laid out in the later game when these fights are so critical. Alright, so I'm going to try to engage this zombie here. I'm a threat 83 now, so I'm quite powerful. We can look at my ship as absolutely massive. I should be able to handle myself, but I expect that I'm going to get ganked by quite a number of these other zombies here, but let's do this.
Atomizer mode activated.
Okay, so I got an ally that's going to help me. I think we might be able to handle this. It's one big ship we got now. Slow it down, don't hit the rocks. Just let it. Looks like this guy's shields are down. Get that Cruel in there. Yeah, cut him up. Oh, my ally's gonna bail on me? Well, now you're dead. Focus fire on this guy a little bit and try to just knock him out of the game, and then I can worry about the other guy later. Come on, get those nice juicy core pieces. Oh, get out of there. Okay, my shields are off, that's not good, but I did kill that guy. Just gotta get out of here for a little while and get those shields back up. And the shields are up. Just gonna hang out here for a little while and take it easy while they recharge. Okay, his shields are about to go down, so that's good news. Gotta get those shields down before the Cruel gets in there to cut them up. Oh, that last little bit of shields is tough there. Come on. Okay, got him there. Loading. Get behind these asteroids here. She's gonna come back online before I do. Alright, see if I can get that nose piece off. It's causing me lots of problems. Well, I think I might win this one. Nice. Get out of the way, you asteroids. Alright. One more Strikecraft, or do we have Strikecraft? Yeah, still a couple more Strikecraft. Let's clean this up. Yeah, nice and squishy. And we're done. Very clear. Well, we won that battle. We're gonna got some loot here. Actually, got some good stuff from these zombies. Got an infected part here, so I'm gonna have to clean that before I use it.
I have been
And
questioned
a level up.
repeatedly regarding why I'm chosen under
Brilliant. So I got some infection there. Gonna have to clean that out. So I won that battle, but the war is far from over. Anyway, that's all for now. I hope you all enjoyed this first look at Space Pirates and Zombies 2, and we hope to see you all playing this game in the very near future. Have a good one.